Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's 10 Minute Tuesday. What I have in front of me here, if you are watching, is a Flashback 2.0, and it's a pintail, dude. You know what those ducks are going to see? White ass, bruh. They're going to see that shit from this sky, the stratosphere, which also brings us into our topic today. Geese coming from the damn stratosphere. It's September in Minnesota. We've been shooting molts here, baby.
Migrator Central.
Migrator Central. Now, have we been uber successful? No. No, we have not. We've only had 2 days of northwest winds here in Minnesota that would actually like push geese.
It's tough, too, because this weekend is supposed to heat up a lot.
Yep. Yeah, our 2 migrator days, we didn't really have cold weather. And we didn't really have a whole lot of clouds either. And so I was invited to go hunt with Austin Sheelander, Chance Wadsworth, John Burns, and I brought my buddy Paul with us, and we were up in northern Minnesota, right off of 35W, and we were in a sod field.
Paul Heigl?
Yeah, Paul Heigl.
Yeah.
We were in a freaking sod field.
Sick.
And it was unbelievable, the spread that we had out. We had like 100 DSDs.
Nice.
In a sod field, and I'm thinking, okay, we've got 5 really good callers here today.
Yeah.
Austin Sheelander, ridiculous.
For
He's
sure,
won
yeah.
state for Minnesota so many times.
Yep.
Chance Wadsworth.
Wow.
Sorry. I don't know if you've noticed all of these outlaws here.
Yeah, I see him.
You know, that is from tonight.
Right.
Chance Wadsworth, unbelievable goose caller. John Burns, he's like 12 years old. So good on a goose call.
Right.
And you picture all of us just throwing sound out there. And we had the best flight line, dude. I've never had such a good flight line migrator hunting. So we get out there, like 300 to 400 birds are using this field like they're flying over it.
Yeah.
There's goose shit and feathers all over it. And it's like, okay, we're going for migrators, but we're going to shoot some geese right away in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? Every bird that we saw for the first, we had a 4-pack come in. They all died bad. You know, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was like, we were like, oh no, this is going to be a bad day for the birds. And then we go out there and everything was flying over the field. And I mean, every bird.
Didn't want it.
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing wanted it. You have the best decoys on the planet out there. You have the best hide. Like we're in a grass. We're in between 2 different sod fields. It's taller grass. And we use the grass from
So you
the
had a
place.
good hide.
We had an unbelievable hide.
Yeah. Were you in A-frames or layouts?
Layouts.
Layout blinds.
Yep. And then you have geese on this side of the sod field and on this side, and we all are kind of like half cocked with the northwest wind.
Yeah.
And they were just going. They were just going. And so you think, because I'm sure everybody has heard Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Michigan, New York guys talk about molt migrator hunting.
Yeah.
Right? Northwest wind, cloudy day.
You had all of it.
You had callers. You had a good decoy spread. You were visible.
Yep.
You know, like the decoys are popping on that
good hide.
Fresh green grass. Hide from hell. And not a single migrator wanted to play before 10:30.
Yeah.
Before 10:30. It was ridiculous. And my mind is just like, okay, that's just not our birds. You know, they keep flying. You know, they must have just started flying. That's what we were all talking about.
You think so?
Our calling was on point. We all know how to call together. You know, so we started doing the no one's home tactic. We're just like, okay, nothing's working. Like, not even a skip in the wing beat. We're like, what is going on?
Wow.
Like, it was like kind of concerning. I'm like, holy shit, if we're not going to kill him today, we're not going to kill him. We're not going to kill him.
Yeah.
You know? And then it was about 10:30. Paul had to leave, and we decided to move our blinds a little bit, like more cockeyed, because all of them wanted to land on the right side of the field.
Yeah.
And then they just started working. And we ended up with 14 out of our 20. I'm just like,
what?
But they took the elevator. You know, they were up there.
Yeah.
They're like 500 yards up, and then they just did this.
So what do you think was the big change then?
Well, the only thing that we all could think of is they had been flying for long enough that they were ready to come down, and they were vulnerable at that point early on in the day, and we had lost our clouds. We had lost our clouds within 2 hours of hunting too. So it was bluebird sky, and we probably saw 30 flocks of migrators. Like, they were up there.
Yeah.
Way up there. Like, I was getting sunburnt. Like, the sun was so bright. I'm like, shit, I got to go to work, man. I can't be getting sunburned here and then go on a flat roof and get sunburned there, you know?
Yeah.
And no, the only thing that we could think of is that they had been traveling for so long that day, you know, with the northwest winds, wherever they were coming from in Canada, which is most likely where they're coming from, that they were just starting to get tired or hungry or thirsty, whatever, and we tricked them at that time. So timing is another huge thing that I've learned this year on molt migrators, you know?
Just got to catch them at the right moment.
Just got to catch them at the right moment, dude. It was so frustrating, but at the same time, we had a freaking blast. You know, it was a good group of guys, but it was just like, man, everything's perfect here.
Yeah.
So many flocks of migrators.
Yeah, we need a little bit of colder weather, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, too, because when we were at Game Fair, like, to start August, it was pretty mild. It was like 70 degrees. And since then, it seems like it's kind of warmed back up. And, like, this weekend, they're talking about, like, 86, 87 degrees.
Right.
That's tough. That's tough.
It's hot.
It's hot.
And it's been humid, too.
Yeah.
It's been really humid.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like you're just kind of throwing shit at the wall a little bit, you know?
Right. And I think with it being warm, too, you got a point there. With it being warm, like, if you're outside all day in the cold, you get hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's warm out, like, I don't know about you. If I'm working outside all day, I'm not really hungry.
Yeah, lunch sounds way less interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they had tortas up on the roof today. It's 7:30. I'm like, dude, I'm not eating right now. You know, it's not.
In the morning?
It's 70 degrees right now.
7:30 a.m.?
Yeah. They brought tortas up. Tortas.
Yeah, sandwiches.
I'm good. I don't need that.
They're eating Mexican sandwiches at 7:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
Why?
One of their girlfriends brought like 100.
What do they have at lunch?
Oh, they had I can't remember what they had at lunch today. Well, I wasn't there for lunch.
Okay.
I had to leave. But
do they set up a big tent and like do a bunch of food and stuff?
I have a tent set up on the roof.
Yeah.
The tent from Game Fair.
Nice.
I've had that up there every day.
Yep.
It's coming so clutch. But no, I always thought that if you have good calling, you're in a spot where you're going to see migrators, you have a good hide, and you have the northwest wind.
You're going to shoot them.
You're going to shoot them, you know?
No.
And I figured with 5 really good callers, you know, I was just working the little pull flag
Yeah.
pretty much the entire time because they're so much better than me.
Wrong.
You know, like, what am I going to do? So then we're really working on team calling, and Chance was filming, and, you know, then when we really focused on team calling, where it was only like 2 of us calling, that's when birds really started to work. And I was like, but I don't know how that makes a difference. I think it was the timing more than anything.
Just turned out that the birds are flying longer and just that was the right time of the day.
It was the time of day.
Yeah.
You know, because I've heard a lot of people shooting migrators at like 2.
Well, that was what I was going to ask. Like, that was my next thing because a lot of the time, like, just being observant, you know, when guys really bang on migrators, a lot of the time I feel like they're shooting them at like noon.
9 to 11 has been like the magic hour
Yeah.
when we've really gotten into them, whether it was North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin. It's always been 9 to 11 because if they start early in the morning, you know, they've already traveled 400 miles, 600 miles. I don't know. I've never shot a geo tracker on a molt migrator day. That's how you would know how far they're flying.
Yeah.
Or when they started and when they stopped. You never really know. It's kind of a mystery.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. But it was so mind-blowing to have everything perfect. And I mean everything, minus the clouds. The clouds left us pretty early. And you know what the clouds do, right?
With migrator hunting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just harder for them to see you.
No.
Don't you think?
No, clouds are a good thing. Because when you have the clouds, they can't go above the clouds.
They stay under a ceiling, you're saying?
It's a lower ceiling. And so there's more visibility.
They will migrate above those clouds, though.
They will. Yeah. But most likely, if they're like been traveling for a while, they're down lower. But they can hear you and they can see you.
Yeah.
And so they're more susceptible.
If you have a low cloud ceiling, though, they will migrate above that cloud ceiling. And then you're kind of fucked.
They'll
come down under it because eventually they have to land.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's like you said, it's mostly just timing.
Right.
Yeah.
What time of the day is it?
Right. What time are they willing to come down a little bit?
But yeah, guys, that's our 10-minute Tuesday about how we probably should have had our limit way earlier, but it's just kind of what happened here. I'm so pumped it's season, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good. I've only gotten out twice.
Yeah, it's been messed up so far. Yeah, it's fucked up. I
Right.
don't like it.
Well, we'll see you guys next week on the next 10 Minute Tuesday.
Thanks, guys.